Hey, how are you? So, this is part of the series called People Always Ask Me. So, when I introduce myself, hi, I'm Julie Gandy. I'm a massage therapist. Oh, you are? Oh, I had this. It's kind of like being a doctor, or a nurse, I'm sure. So, people always ask me, like, what do I do when my back hurts? Or what do I do when my neck hurts? Or I had this pain right here. Anyway, so this is part of that series. And so last night I was on a Zoom call, actually two Zoom calls, and same kind of people were on the Zoom call. And one of my colleagues on that call said, Julia, my back is really hurting. My shoulders are hurting. So, we're DMing, back and forth on the Zoom and like, where does it hurt? Do you have this? Do you have that? What she was saying was that in the middle of her back, right between her shoulder blades, was really hurting, So, we're on Zoom calls, we're on our phones, we're like this, right? Our bodies are kind of curved, concave, because we're slouched over. So what that does is it pulls our arms and shoulders forward. Our neck is this way. And so the muscle, a lot of muscles are in the back, right? The upper back, there's 4 to 5 layers of muscles depending on where you are. So in that place of right between the shoulder blades, there's about 4 to 5 layers of muscles if you want to count the muscles in between the ribs, right? Because sometimes when they hurt, man, you can't breathe, right? It can get really debilitating. So I asked her if she had, this is another one, you can look for this one, but if she had tennis balls and a large sock, that's another video. She didn't have that. So I said, how about some ice? She had ice, heat, right? So ice and heat really work well together. That's another video. But what I'm going to talk about now is just what happens when this muscle here, these two muscles, get really sore. Okay, so they're called the rhomboids, and they go in between the shoulder blade and your spine. Okay, so they look kind of like a Christmas tree, so like an evergreen, if you want to say it that way. And so their job is to pull your shoulders back, right? So they kind of keep us upright. One of those muscles that help keep our shoulders this way. But if we're always this way, if we're always on our Zooms or if we're always on our phones, whatever, those muscles don't get a chance to relax. And if you think about the blood and all of that lymph and everything that gets stuck inside those muscles, if they're always extended, or if they're always working, because that's working, they're stretching, so they're not getting a chance to relax, right? So you need to be able to move a muscle in that full range of motion. So when they get stuck in one position, they don't get that circulation. So that's what's causing the pain, is sometimes it kind of gets gross, but there's stuff that gets stuck in those muscles, and the muscle fibers, the muscle cells start to die because they don't have enough circulation. So that's where some of the pain comes from. So what you want to do is make sure that even if you're on your phone, if you're on your Zooms, whatever, you keep your shoulders back, right? So that's for the rhomboids. And then you have your other muscle, or one of the other muscles, which is your trap, right? We all heard our traps, right? So they come from here. They start at your neck. They go to your shoulders out here, and then goes to your mid back, right? So it attaches. It's like a trapezoid. It has that shape. So again, if you're like this in that posture a lot, it can get stretched. So same thing, you want to do a lot of shoulder rolls with your trapezius, okay? Because that's going to help. You're going to, like, almost squeeze all the stuff out of your muscles, out of that muscle. You want to squeeze it all out and bring fresh blood and lymph and all that good stuff back into your muscle, right? So you want to keep going in that direction. So even if you're on Zoom after Zoom or on your phone, that's something that you can do. It takes a couple minutes, not even. You just do a couple of those in between, stretch out this way. And another good stretch for this area is this is a good one. This is a really good stretch. Okay, so pay attention. This is for any kind of neck pain or anything in this area, right? So you want to take this ear, say if I want to stretch over here, you want to take this ear and kind of pull it towards the opposite shoulder. And then the real trick to this is, see my hand? I'm just going to gently press down. So I'm going to flex my hand. So it's like I'm pushing the ground away, right? So I'm stretching here. I'll move my chair back. Stretching here and going all the way down. And I can feel that. I can feel that all the way through my arm, through my hand. So this is a really good stretch for this whole upper body. Okay, so you just hold that. You can do both sides. Don't fall. And then you want to press away. So this is the trick, this just gently pushing down. All right, so there's some good stretches to do, things to look for when you have that upper back pain. Because again, you can get really, it can be hard to breathe. It can be difficult to stand upright. Sometimes you wake up and you're a little sore. So these are some good techniques. All right, so be on the lookout for some new videos and where you can find even more good stuff. All right, take care.